The dwarves of the Iron Hills march on Gundabad, and they are not alone in today's Dawnless Days land battle for you today. Yes, we're back with some glorious Dawnless Days. Finally, it's been a long drought, but we are back, and we have a bit of content for you today as we have the Iron Hills joined by the dwarves of Erebor and the dwarves of Ered Mithrin in this 3v3 land battle. They're marching on the mounted fortress of Gundabad, and in their way is a couple of Gundabad armies. In fact, we do have, I think we have all Gundabad armies here. I might be wrong. There might be, I think there's like, yeah, 2 Gundabad armies, maybe a third as well, or is this just, no, this is actually a Goblin army. So yeah, we have 2 Gundabad armies and 1 Goblin army here as they try and defend the mountain fortress of Gundabad. It used to be a Dwarven settlement, but has since been taken over by the Goblins and Orcs and turned into a place of evil. But not for long. The Dwarves plan to change the geography of Middle-earth and plan to restore this Dwarven kingdom. We do have a lot of different unique generals here. We do have Balin and also Dain. And we do also have an Ered Mithrin Dragon Slayer, which is a pretty cool general nonetheless, even if it's not a unique one. I don't know if the Ered Mithrin could ever really have a unique general. I don't know if they really have any available. But yeah, the Goblins are actually doing some pretty sneaky moves, as you can see over here. They're trying to get some wargs, some warg pack. I think they are trying to get them in behind. I don't know if they're trying to micro down that hill and then try and get in behind the dwarves, but it's a very sneaky little move. The dwarves are kind of prepared for it. They got spears ready. They need to move up Balin though with his Durin's Guard and also these Erebor Halberdiers. Just keep moving them up. But yeah, they are getting ready for action very shortly. But yes, it's good to be back with some Dawnless Days. It's been a bit of a problem trying to get some replays recently. Many people have been playing it. Or not been setting in replays, and also replays have been crashing. I think people like using like loads of different sub mods has caused these replays to sort of crash. But we are using the Gundabad sub mod and also Warriors of Ardor in this one. So I'll leave links for those in the description down below if you do want to check them out. I also think Last Breath is on as well because we have Iron Hills, of course. Kind of always forget. But yeah, I think we have like War of the Mountains, which adds Gundabad. Sorry, yes, that's War of the Mountains, Last Breath, and I also think there is another sub-mod as well, which I've already forgotten what I said. So yeah, there's a whole bunch that are on, so I'll leave links to them in the description if you do want to check them out. But yes, it should be a fun one anyway, and if you do want to see more Dawnless Days, be patient. I'll get as many replays as I can for it. But yeah, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support to see more. There is a whole bunch on the channel as well. If you haven't seen all my Dawnless Days content, there's like probably hundreds, if not thousands, of replays for this mod. It really was by far and away, and still is, probably one of the most popular things that is covered on the channel. Yes, this seems as though this is a very unusual sort of positioning here of some wargs and some trolls. The mountain trolls just hidden over here, along with some warg pack. I don't know if they're getting prepared to ambush the Iron Hills as they come down, but that might be their plan. I do not know. This seems as though Ered Mithrin's going to defend this choke point here, which is not a bad spot. Whether the Goblins are going to attack them, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like over here as well, Erebor is getting ready to clash with the Goblins. There's an infantry line ahead of them. We've got High Chieftain's Guard that are going to be going in, it seems, again, against some Dwarven company. That's not a good matchup for the Dwarves. But they have got plenty of reserves in behind, a lot more than the Goblins do. The Goblins have some Knight Raiders and some Goblin Light Infantry. And they have a whole bunch of Shock, which I guess can come up. But yeah, I would say that the Dwarves have a full army here. Whether the Goblins do, I'm not quite sure. Numbers-wise, by the way, it's 6,600 against nearly 11,000 Goblins. So numbers are definitely with the Goblins as well, as they should be with Goblins and Gundabad. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes down. Gundabad, I'm not sure how balanced it is. Like, I've seen Gundabad like do really well and like be said to be overpowered. I'm not obviously going to like say it is, but it certainly is really strong as Gundabad. They've got some really good units available. Whether they have got them all here today, I don't know. There's a lot of tier 1 and tier 2, so I feel like the armies might be sort of more balanced for mass rather than quality. But I think the first clash is about to take place over here. Dwarves are not slowing down. They're going straight on in. We've got Dwarven Company and High Chieftain's Guards getting ready to go in. Looks like they're going to be followed up by Erebor Axes. So we'll see how they can do. But in go Dwarven Company. They're going to clash here with the Goblins. And yes, we're back with Lord of the Rings chaos, and it's good to be back. It really is. If you have any replays of your own that you want to send in, if you're a Dawnless Days fanatic and you've got bunches of replays you like Poke, you can check these out. Do feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always as well. So yeah, that's the place to go if you ever want to get involved in some Lord of the Rings action and some scenarios or just live battles, or if you want to send in your own battles as well. High Chief Dain's guards here are losing. I think that's because they're getting in a 3v1 right now. This Erebor Axe needs to probably engage with the other Chief Dain's guard now and try and get stuck into these guys because, yeah, that Dwarven company already looking like it's going to rout. Look at that 92 and wavering. Need to balance that up immediately. Archers for the Goblins are getting some shots off already on the shock. Good target to go for. If they can kill these high-tier swords off here early, I mean, that one's already like getting punished pretty hard for the Goblins. If they kill those off early, that's a huge result there for the Dwarves anyway. It looks like we're going to see some Mountain Orc Reavers going up, so a pretty cheap axe unit that's going to be set up against some Bronze Watch Spears, which are tier 3, so yeah, they're going to be tough to break down. And you can see there, yeah, the shock is actually killing off these Goblin Lights. I think, oh, they pulled back the High Chief Dains, that's why. I was like, did they kill them that quickly? No, they just fallen back, and now the Dwarves are engaged against lesser Goblins. They're going to chop their way through these guys, I'd imagine. They're just going to keep being aggressive. We've got Dwarven Miners as well. They're going to go in and get a rear charge here into the back of these guys. I don't know why they're gold chevron, but maybe it's just because, I don't know, maybe there's some elite miners. Maybe the player just accidentally chevroned them. Probably the latter. Funny to see the miners in action nonetheless. Instead of mining out jewels, they're mining the heads of these Goblins. Looking for their brains. But yeah, they should rout those guys, yeah, pretty quickly. And there you go, routed. Has killed off most of that Dwarven miner unit though. These archers have just focused them down. But they are like burning their way through these light infantry really, really quickly. Really good start there for Erebor. Taking some losses on lesser stuff, that's for sure, like Dwarven Miners and Erebor Axes, like a lot of tier 1, tier 2. Same with Dwarven Company, they're not that great. There are Mansion Claimers moving up, and Shield Bearers of Belagos, they're all like tier 4 units. We've got tier 3 Axe Guards as well, so you've got some better stuff than Balin Guard, like Durin's Guards still to come. So they've got some good units still to throw in, yeah, and like Iron Guards, they've still got a lot of elites still to be thrown forward, so that is good to see. Over on this side here, you can see the Bronze Watch are in here, and Snow Axes, which I guess are like, yeah, they're tier 1, they're like the miners, I guess, for Ered Mithrin. Yeah, the Bronze Watch in there, I do like how Ered Mithrin kind of has like a theme of having like bronze armor instead of like iron or steel. Like a bronze. They look very cool, and they're going to slay these Mountain Orc Reavers pretty easily. If they break through that, I mean, I would say that they probably want to fight on a larger front, the Goblins and Gundabad. Like, they want to like let the Dwarves get out a little bit more so they can flank them. The Dwarves in like this choke point, it's all like this, are just going to be absolutely fine on their own. I was playing in this one. I was playing as the Iron Hills. And yeah, it's just a long walk for me. I've just done a lot of walking simulator right now. I was like, I won't just stand here with Ered Mithrin or with Erebor. I'm going to try and do another flank, because we kind of realize that there's two armies here just in this sort of central spot, and they seem to be shuffling reinforcements either left or right depending on where they need them. Right now they're sending more reinforcements over to Erebor, so I was like, hold on boys, I'm going to try a mad flank here and just try and like just find another way through with my army. We have got trolls in action, and yeah, I mean the dwarves are well kitted out to dealing with these guys. They have plenty of crossbows, no jabbies though, but they have crossbows, and that's their armor piercing. They'll deal with these trolls easily enough as they start to smack down on the dwarves. And we've got halberds in here as well, actually. These halberds are wavering, the underground wardens. And yeah, a lot more like Lotus. They're still being rushed in here. There you go, yeah, I mean, the Mountain Troll's starting to waver and break, already focused down there by the crossbows. I mean, they are taking a lot of casualties, these crossbows, to the archers, but they're taking out a much more expensive and much more crucial bit of equipment for the Gundabad player there. The Mountain Troll's being sniped out, so that's very, very good. I do think that, yeah, they do have the other troll unit, which is way in the back over here for some reason. It was such a strange deployment for them, but maybe it's all part of the grand strategy. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just marching on forward. I'm just making sure that I keep a spear rear guard here, just basically just keep an eye on the back lines, and I really need to because there's a lot of wargs just sniffing about, as you can see. So it's just threatening our sort of like rear guard as I move forward here. My Dwarven company also being the first to go in, and they've got to go in against Red Citadel guards when they've got to go in. Arid Mithrin has broken through that first choke point and now is fighting on a larger front. The Goblins here and the Gundabad player letting them out, and it's probably the best situation for them. They want to be able to try and outflank with their mass. Don't find a narrow choke point against dwarves. You'll take a lot of casualties. The shock infantry here, the snow axes are starting to get a bit depleted. We're seeing Arid Mithrin cohort going in. Like tier 2 axes. They look pretty solid. They look very much like the Arable axe warriors. And they're going in. And they're fighting off against some Rudar Macemen as well. Gundabad, you know, had in his roster also some evil men, not just goblins and orcs. How they do. I mean, yeah, it looks like the Mace infantry are starting to suffer and die as well here. Just the low tier stuff is just starting to get killed off. But Arid Mithrin nobles as well going in, and Bronze Watch spears also being committed. You see the nobles trying to flank around, and they are doing a good job. They're going to go into the next line of defense here. It's actually a Rudar Maceman unit. They need to be careful. They could get shot in the flanks here by crossbows, which will do devastating damage to those Mithrin nobles, I imagine. But we'll see if that flank comes to anything. Erebor still fighting in the trenches over here. His Iron Guard's now been thrown in. The elites are being committed, as are, looks like, Erebor Halberdiers. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different units in here for Erebor right now. It's turning into an absolute scrum down here as dwarves and orcs battle for these passes. Looks like some units breaking Night Raiders here, starting to go. Gundabad Marauders over here getting destroyed by Iron Guards. They're having a rough old time, and there's still more men coming forward here. We've got, looks like Red Citadel Guards, Gundabad Marauders. Still a lot of like elites back in Blades. Gundabad, not like elites, but they're like good infantry nonetheless. More Marauders. We've got whole bunches of like bodyguards and Mordor Uruks back there for the Goblins as well. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a tough old assault for Erebor. What have we got in here? We've got Fists of the Mountain with their massive maces for Arid Mithrin. Absolute warhammers. They'll smash with those Rudar Macemen. They're probably like comparing their maces and going, "You call that a mace, laddie?" And smashing them with a much larger warhammer of a mace. I don't know why the dwarves are Scottish, but they are. They just have to be. I feel like that's probably how Tolkien wrote them. More Fists of the Mountain going in. I think they're trying to sneak around. You can see the blue lines of movement. They're trying to sneak around and try and get into those crossbows there, which are probably doing some decent damage to these nobles. Yeah, they're trying to get into these guys. I don't think they're going to be able to. We'll see though. Yeah, they're getting stuck on these Reavers instead. That's unfortunate. They're just got to try and kill them off quickly so they can get to the crossbows. Nobles still fighting in here. Again, a bit like the Erebor Axe Guards, they're actually the same tier as them, but they're a mace unit, I think, these nobles. I think like Arid Mithrin relies much more on maces than it does actually axes. Numbers-wise, it's now 5,000 against 7,700. A lot of elites, a lot of infantry killed off for the Goblins and Gundabad here. They've already killed off a lot, and the dwarves have lost, around about 1,000. But yeah, this Red Citadel Guard is doing absolute God's work right now for Gundabad. It's holding up an entire Iron Hill army, and I'm having to like cycle charge out Maddox warriors. I'm bringing up crossbows and also some of my best shock here, I think, as well. This is the Sons of the Hill going in. So yeah, elites are being thrown in to try and break through here quickly, because this is a tier 4 spear. It's like an Iron Guard, but for the Gundabad. It's going to take a while to kill. Yeah, struggling away. A Fist of the Mountain are nearly through, actually. Though these guys are nearly through onto that final line of, and if they break through this, they're into the sort of like the soft underbelly. They can go after archers and more low tier stuff. Looks like you can see Arid Mithrin veterans being sent in. These guys are a vanilla unit, I call base mod unit, but also since they're from Arid Mithrin, why not have given them to Arid Mithrin as well? And look great. They really are like Yom's Vikings for the dwarves. They do look awesome. But they're getting sent in as we just scale over a mountain. They come back in here, and it seems like Arable halberds. How are they doing? Still doing okay. 95 of them left. Don't think there's any other sort of pole arms available. Barlin's been sent in. He's got his Durance Guard in it, and it's a super elite like bodyguard. Like generally is like Manchu Claimers but on steroids. And it's an axe unit, I think. An axe slash hammer. You can see some of them down here actually. There's a couple here. There's like these guys with golden helms. They're absolutely crazy. They're gonna be tough to kill as his bodyguard. And I think he is getting focused down a little bit by archer fire. You can see a bit of a mass round now taking place. You can see multiple units of orcs and goblins starting to break. Actually, yeah, there's a lot. That is a serious mass round. 5 units there going. Might be a couple more. I don't know if they have Warcry or anything available. They need to start popping Warcry. There you go, tunnel. Slaves also breaking. Yeah, this is a huge breakthrough here for the dwarves. Huge, huge breakthrough. Yeah, Ereble's doing a great job right now, but there is reserves coming up. We have more Marauders and Tomb Raiders, I think, being sent in, and also Blades of Gundabad. So there's more elites to be thrown in for Gundabad, and more just generally trained troops. The chaff's been dealt with. It's now the elites. Balance power still, yeah, not with the dwarves. Probably because of the trolls unit still alive. That helps the balance power for them. Also, numbers are probably still in favour of the goblins and Gundabad. Fists of the mountain still smashing their way through with their iron fists. They're nearly out of steam. The Arid Mithrin veterans taking over as they need to. Still stuck over here, by the way, is the Iron Hills. Still trying to get through. Dain urging his dwarven brethren on. Come on, men. Come on, boys. Get through. Smash through these guys like they are a knife going through butter. Really need to. I mean, like, I don't think they can flank around them. Maybe they can. I really don't know. There's more troops coming up anyway. There's Tomb Raiders now arriving, so it's going to be difficult to flank around. Yeah, more shock being sent into combat against the Dwarven shock. There's now Orc elite shock in here as well. And like these Tomb Raiders, they're not quite as good as Lara Croft with, you know, the Double Desert Eagles. But they're pretty damn good. They're pretty elite at these Tomb Raiders with their massive warhammers. They're actually, yeah, they did sneak around. So there is Pathfinder. You can get around there. The Dwarves should take advantage of that. But they're going after the crossbows here. Now in goes these Dwarven lumberjacks. They're like the miners for Erebor, but instead they're lumberjacks. They're going in. They're going to get tied in against these Tomb Raiders here, and they're losing. I don't know if that's because they're pulling through the other combat, or whether that's just because they were meant to be engaging those crossbows. I do not know. The other thing you missed, I guess, was a little bit of a fight back here. The Wargs did try and assault the Iron Guards. As you can see, the Iron Guards took massive 4 losses and inflicted a lot more kills on the Wargs. So that's kind of been ended pretty quickly. The Lumberjacks are now losing, as you expected. And Dain is going in. He's going in with his elite shock. He's going to lead from the front, as he does best, and try and smash his way through. There's 2 generals now in combat over here against Arid Mithrin. Arid Mithrin is making absolute gains right now. He's actually sending troops in the direction of Erebor, going to assist him. So yeah, the Dwarven armies are starting to unite up and become one solid force. If they do that, then the Goblins probably have no chance. And the bronze line is getting slowly and slowly further down this slope. For those of you that are rooting for evil, which I'm sure there are some of you that are, you know, orc lovers, really you're relying now on a general snipe or general kill on one of these Dwarven generals. I mean, we've got 48 out of 60 in Barlin, so he's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. He's killing Blades of Gundabad like they don't even matter. And this is a problem now, though. This actually could be the death of Barlin, you never know here. We've got Gundabad Wargs in the back line, nothing able to defend for Erebor. Erebor's had to commit every last reserve to this push. You can see he's like sending in wavering Erebor axes to try and kill off these Red Citadel guards. Like every single dwarf is committed to this front line. Like his spear should not be engaged in this either. His Iron Guard should have fallen back. These halberds of Gundabad are just going to mess him up. But yeah, every single dwarf committed to the front line. And there you go. Enemy general has died for the orcs, though. That is, I think it might be this Red Citadel Guard here gone. So that's a general gone for the orcs. That's not good. But can they respond by getting a good rear charge here? Gundabad wargs going in for the Balin's general. We've got Mantra Claimers as well in here. They've still got like so many elites of the dwarves in this front line. Fight on, dwarves! Fight on! I don't know how good the dwarves are going to be sort of prolonged melee. Oh, they're actually doing pretty well. They're winning decisive against getting rear charges here onto the Erebor axe guards and also Mantra Claimers. Yeah, they're actually losing, to be fair. And Ered Mithrin's sort of reinforcement force, which wasn't big anyway. Ered Mithrin cohort has been annihilated by mountain marauders of the Goblins. And yeah, Ered Mithrin is actually starting to run out of reinforcements. But here comes the Iron Hills. The Iron Hills are arriving now, and they are sending in their Dwarven axe infantry there. And yeah, they're just going to be able to mobilize a lot of troops here. And most of the forces left for the dwarves of their 2,400 are made up of the Iron Hills. And yeah, they're going to face against 3,700 orcs and goblins. I mean, in this open plain here, this works for the goblins and also, I guess, for the dwarves as well. They can sort of set up their front line, get their crossbows into place as well, start blasting. If they can hold on here, Edmithrin, the Iron Hills can get a rear charge and probably rout a lot of these troops here. And as you can see, there's more archers actually arriving from this flank against Erebor now arriving in the center sort of spot. There's a very important Ered Mithrin pike here as well, the Frost Guard of Ered Mithrin, which looks awesome, I'd just like to add. They've impaled a lot of wargs, but they look goddamn sexy. I really do like the Frost Guard. They do look great, but they're holding back the trolls. The trolls are waiting for something to hit the back lines of these Frost Guard so they can then charge in and do some decent damage. These crossbows, you can see the Grey Mountain Scouts might have to go into melee here, try and pin these guys down, these archers. But yeah, the mountain marauders here, they're going to charge in and get those scouts instead. And if they win that melee, which they should, they can get into the back of the Frost Guard. And Ered Mithrin's general is fleeing. The Dragon Slayers are retreating. I think he's actually was getting famed a little bit by these scavenge crossbows here, which got a silver chevron. Insane. But here comes the Iron Hills, and they're starting to break these Night Hunters. And also the Tomb Raiders here were wavering for a moment. And in goes the Dwarven Axe Infantry. Just got to kill off this general. Kill him off. That's another general gone. They've been frustrated with the Iron Hills. They can hear the screams of their kin dying in battle, and they had to fight through one single spear unit. Frustrating fight. But here they come, and now their wrath can be unleashed. And they're going to rout these crossbows pretty easily. I mean, there's shock infantry just dealing with them. And yeah, it looks like some rally blades as well also being dealt with over here by some dwarves. Let's slice and dice those boys. There is a bit of a race going on here. You can see the shock infantry. I think they actually did pull through a little bit because somehow they're now the wrong side of the crossbows. They pulled through a little bit to try and get out of combat, I guess, with the crossbows to try and get the pikes. They're desperate to try and release those trolls. The thing is, though, I have so much crossbow ammo left, and I actually have a Javi unit available, the Cannon Hunters. So I still have plenty of counter units for trolls. Balin somehow has survived. Balin is still alive down here. He has managed to hold on. He's not got much of a force left. He has 23 of his bodyguard left, but he's getting pestered by wargs. Gundabad wargs now arriving. This general over here, I think that's the Red Citadel Guard one, actually. So yeah, that general there retreating or dead. I think the reserves that were left facing off against Erebor are now actually shifting over here. They pretty much have defeated Erebor. Just as Balin left, so they're getting ready to face off against the Iron Hills that are now arriving into this open ground. And we've got the high ground as well, which is a great spot here to sort of set up crossbows if we need to. But yeah, my reinforcements are now arriving with what remains of Ered Mithrin over here surrounding archers, just getting archers into melee. Should rout them pretty easily. Dwarven company having to pull out of melee to try and deal with these crossbows. And here go the trolls. They're not even going to wait now for the support in the back. They're just going to go straight on into the pikes. They're going to try and smash their way through this phalanx. And yeah, the Mountain Marauders here. Again, I think they're trying to pull themselves out of melee with these Dwarven company to try and rear charge the pikes. Try and help out over there. Maddock Warriors here cutting down these Night Hunters. It's looking very good right now for the Iron Hills. They managed to mop up a lot of these guys. They're going to have to deal with these Mordor Orcs though, which are pretty healthy. They're doing a lot of damage to these Iron Hill Warriors, surprisingly, which are pretty solid sword units, so that's surprising. Goblin Bodyguard going in against Dwarven Company. That's going to be an easy win there for the Goblins, if that's not supported. And here we go, Halberds of Gundabad coming forward with one of the scariest looking halberds I've ever seen, by the way. It's a scary, I mean, have you seen that thing? It's like a trident that they're going into battle with. That's about to go in against Iron Guards as well. We have got Dragon Slayers coming forward. They are exhausted. They need to be careful. And the crossbows are focusing now, these halberds. Look at them drop already, shaken, but not stirred. We still do have a general alive, Goblin King. So that's a Goblin Sentinel that's still alive. I think both of the Gundabad ones are either dead or routed. And the trolls are killing off these Eremithran pikes. Maybe they should have attacked earlier, because they are actually, just screwing them over right now. My Cannon Hunters as well, like, barely firing. I think they're obstructed, and I'm not quite sure why. They aren't in melee at all, so yeah, we're getting very confused by that, very concerned.
Men are broken and are fleeing.
Barlin over here still holding on, 6 of them left. He's saying he's still resisting against these wargs here. Somehow. But yeah, the dwarves need to go over here and try and save Barlin. Save one of their commanders, one of their leaders. Sons of the Hill going in against Tunnel Slaves. I mean, this shock here probably just trying to silence these Javies. I mean, they are Gundabad Javies, so they should rout pretty quickly, I'd imagine. Spears now engaged here against the Goblin Bodyguard. Even though it's spear versus shock, but he favors the shock. This is Iron Guard. This is Iron Hill spears. These guys aren't to be messed with.
This is a shameful display.
See, Dain's now very much engaged. I think we're starting a side charge. Pole arms here. We're not really sure. I don't think I've actually got a side charge in the end. Still managed to get in amongst the halberds and killing quite a lot of them. A lot of beheading going on there. They should break soon, I think, these halberds. We will see.
Up and are running for their lives.
The Javies over here, actually, this is not looking good at all. The trolls have got through. And the Warg Riders, the Warg Pack, sorry, also helping break through. Maybe they should have just gone in much earlier. I think this player was just a bit too passive. Instead, my Carter Hunt's gone into melee. Probably not the best situation. And they are going to waver and I think break here. These trolls might actually make it out of here alive. And yeah, these wargs over here as well being a real pest. There's no real way for us to counter them. We just got to use crossbows and spears and things like that to try and counter these guys. But even that might not be effective enough. Dain has broken through. Dain's going in against the shock now. He's kind of dying though pretty quickly. I mean, why is he losing this? He's just fighting tunnel slaves. He should not be losing that fight, but he is. Apparently, send up the pikes. Send in the reinforcements. Help out King Dain. Crossbows here. They need to start shooting on just anything routing. Get rid of them. And there you go. Dain has fallen. Dain died. He had so many of his bodyguards left, like 42, and fell. I was so disappointed. I mean, it shouldn't matter at this point. We are like winning this fight. It's 1,000 against a couple of hundred. But there you go. Actually, the Karna Hunters did eventually manage to. They were wavering, but re-rallied and did help rout those trolls. So there you go. And there you go. I think that's just a mass rout took place at the end there, because there was literally like 200 left for the Goblins. So they mass routed. And not before they killed Dain off there. They didn't get Barlin, but they got Dain. And Barlin, I think, was literally down to like one man left of his bodyguard. He just did not know when to quit. But yeah, as I was saying, I was playing in this one as the Iron Hills. 232 kills with Dain here before he fell. It's not too bad at all. These Dwarven Company, 164 kills. 120 kills with the Iron Hill Warriors here. 200 kills with the Madoc Warriors. Iron Guards getting 164 kills. Crossbows 201, 185. It's not too bad. Even though I was like late to the game, I got some decent kills. I keep playing as Ered Mithrin, got 160 kills with the Dragon Slayers here, 121 kills with the Snow Axes, 209 with the Fists of the Mountain, 298 with the Ered Mithrin Veterans. His Bronze Watch Spears, 224 kills, 272 with the Dragon Trackers, 308 with this one, 248 kills with his Grey Mountain Scouts here as well. And then we have Revolve playing as Erebor. Barlin getting 377 kills is incredible. Shield Bearers of Belagost, 192 kills. Mansion Reclaimers getting 322 kills. The Erebor Axes, 188. 311 with this one. Erebor Axe Guards getting 259 kills, 268 with this one. His Iron Guards, 179, 153 kills. Erebor Halberdiers, 180 kills. And then his Crossbows, 161, 334 kills, 276. Then we have Itchy Right Nut playing as Gundabad, 102 kills with the Tomb Raiders. It's pretty good. You've got to think they're fighting dwarves, they're smaller units. 122 kills here as well. 165, so getting some decent kills. Rudar Maceman, 153. 106 kills with the Red Citadel Guards. His Night Hunters here getting 145 kills. His Crossbows, 327 kills is incredible. And his Trolls, 17. Then we have Juniton playing as the other Gundabad army. His Blades of Gundabad, 111 kills. 150 kills with the Tomb Raiders here. 121 kills with his Night Hunters. 111 with the Rudar Maceman. His Trolls got 127 kills. And then we have Banana Man playing as Goblins, getting 117 kills with the Hive Chieftain's Guard here, 116 with another, 258 kills with the Mountain Marauders, Goblin Bodyguard 100 kills, sorry. Mordor Urux 103, his Mounted Pass Scouts 100 kills, 129 with another there. His Warg Pack 143 kills, and then his Gundabad Wargs getting 142 kills. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days battle. It's been a while since we've done any Dawnless Days, but it's good to be back with some. If you want to see some more Lord of the Rings action, do check out some of the Dawnless Days replays appearing on your screen. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any Dawnless Days battles in the future. But until then, bye for now.